What's up, guys? Just want you to know that last week I got the call and I just got optioned by the Food Network. Let's get away from our usual taste and tell format and dive a little deeper into my family history. Why not use Ancestry and me to try to locate any relatives? So I spit in a cup, I sent it in, I waited 3 weeks, and boom, I'm paired with a common ancestor. This story's crazy. Do I have an exciting day planned for us? Hey! Oh!
Hey Jeff, it's Andy.
You know, actually, none of the guys on my channel know who you are yet. It's with absolute pleasure that I get to introduce you to my new half-brother.
Home sweet home. Anything I can do to help?
Yeah. Just keep filming my good side.
Yeah! Nice!
No, I didn't think you were actually gonna come. I'm just glad you decided not to cut me out of your life.
This is an amazing story. I figured I could use some of this footage.
Dashboard cam check.
Nice, Andy. How do I look?
Like a star.
Oh, that's the answer I'm looking for.
No,
Can I just reset it, please?
Oh! What are you doing?
Why did you treat me like that?
What is this? This got sent to me 20 minutes ago. He's been following me the last 2 weeks.
Don't leave me, Jeff. I didn't beg you for anything. That's family.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for the Andy Baker tape arriving on Terror Films channel this August 5th. It'll get a wide digital release on August 12th, as well as hit up the Kings of Horror on August 19th. I am Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I have a special guest, the writer, the director, the star of the Andy Baker tape, Bret Lada. How are you, sir?
You know, that was the best introduction I've ever had, so I got to say thank you. I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I am well, sir. Thank you. I am excited to speak with you. What's funny about this, when I was reading some of the breakdown on how this film came together, I'm coming up out of COVID right now.
Oh, man. I just moved to LA. I got it my first week I got here. I feel you. The only thing that saved me was I kept going to 7-Eleven. And the 7-Eleven version of Gatorade, I think I drank like 7 of those a day, and that's what got me over COVID. So that's your secret syrup right there, my friend.
There we go. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, I came back from San Diego Comic-Con, was playing it very good this past couple of years. And then here I head out west because I had a film that premiered at San Diego in a comic, and come back and like, bam, it strikes me and COVID, but now I got it over, and now I can go on vacation in a week and be done with it. So anyway, so that's
it's like your superpower now. You're protected for a while.
That's what I hear. When you come up off of it, you have superpowers. So dude, the Andy Baker tape, from what my tie into this is, I read that this came together because of the pandemic.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I was in a short film right before the lockdown that won the Academy Award. I came off that. I got a great grant through SAG. The world shuts down. So it's like, what do we do? You know, I can't act. There's no auditions. There's nothing going on. I bought myself a video camera. I started learning how to shoot, and I was producing some short films with Dustin, who plays Andy Baker in the film, and Caitlin Bork, who's my other producer in the project. We did one that was terrible. We did one that was a little bit better. And then we're like, let's write a feature script. So we wrote this from, I think, May to September of 2020. And then Dustin and I originally were like, we're going to take this on the road. We're going to drive out to Big Sur, go to Mount Rushmore, go to all the spots of the country we haven't seen. We ended up staying in New Jersey, which is where we both grew up, and we shot the film around there. But I think without the pandemic, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
That dude, I love this kind of energy. You know, It's all about taking, life might give you lemons, but you turn it into something better.
Well, we tried. And it was also just, we needed something to do. You know, you can't be locked in your apartment, just going on Clubhouse 4 times a day, watching Tiger King, So we were like, at least this made me creative. And it gave Dustin, Dustin's one of my best friends from college. He was working in Blue Man Group in Boston, and I was an actor in New York. And I haven't seen him or worked with him in a project for 10 years. So it just gave us a chance to reconnect our friendship, and do something we could take on the road to keep ourselves busy.
I love it, brother. I love stories like this. This is awesome. This is so awesome. It's inspiring. So then tell me, so you came up with this concept. Were you like a fan of like, what inspired this in a way? Like when I think of found footage, you know, the classic Blair Witch comes to mind.
Yeah, sure.
What it helped inspire this along with just life?
Well, a few things. One is budget. You know, it was the pandemic. We're both unemployed actors. You know, we're struggling to get by. It's like, what can we do that won't cost us a couple $100,000 to put up? Found footage is the cheapest way. It's just Dustin and myself for the most part using the camera. I got to edit. I did the color grading. I did the sound correction on it. I did it all myself. We also couldn't have a big crew with us. It was the lockdown. We couldn't have a cinematographer. I couldn't have a sound team. I couldn't have, you know, a bunch of gaffers putting up flags. It was the easiest way that we could shoot something in almost like a guerrilla warfare style. You know, we were doing this at restaurants, at hotels, in the middle of the lockdown. Nobody actually knew what we were doing. We just had a camcorder in our hands and were running around the properties. There were a couple times where cops showed up and they were like, "What's going on?" And we said, you know, we're doing a New Jersey version of the Blair Witch Project. And then they were like, "This is great. We're going to tell everyone, you know, don't worry, keep doing what you're doing." So, you know, we kind of had a little support team on the side rallying behind us. It was nice.
That is awesome, brother. Love it. I love it. Love it. Yeah. As a filmmaker, I just, all these kind of things, just doing it and just creating is what it's all about. You just got to get off your ass and just do it. I love it. So with that being said, you're an actor, and I would assume you're a trained actor, but color grading, like you said, you know, there's all these other aspects when you dive behind the camera if you're not used to it. What was that learning curve like for you? Was it a lot of YouTube videos, or did you actually have some actual training beforehand?
No, that's a great question. I did a little bit of freelance editing, and when I learned to color grade for this project. So as I had the final cut put together, I was watching all these Udemy courses and things like that. I went through. I realized on my first pass, I totally screwed up. I was crushing the blacks too much. I did everything wrong. I think I did 4 color grading passes, but it was such a valuable skill to learn. And now when I have to color grade stuff, it's like this. It's like riding a bike, you know. But I went through the gauntlet of doing it on this project. But also, like I said, it was the pandemic. I had nothing else going on. I sat there. My other producer on this is in Australia. He sent me crates of Australian cookies. So I put on 35 pounds just eating Tim Tams and cherry ripes and learning how to color grade. I mean, I hope I burned it off now, but I definitely went through the COVID 25, you know, when I was doing that.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. So then what would be pro tips then for maybe a filmmaker watching this that you would say, what would it be?
Yeah.
At least one big lesson you learned.
Honestly, the thing that I take from most of this is don't be afraid to shoot for something that you think is above and beyond your pay grade. And we wrote a lot of scenes. We did a lot of stuff in this project that at the moment of writing, we were like, how do we execute on this? How are we going to figure this out? If you are committed to servicing the project and getting something out there, you will find a way, and you will willpower yourself through that. And we were able to figure out all the obstacles that were put up against us and hopefully attack that head on and give the best possible product we could.
Awesome. I dig it. So production wise, how long did it take to create this and then to the final edit? And then you ran the festival circuit and killed it, brother. I love it.
We had I'm really grateful for that run. I think start to finish, this project was about a 6-month inception, and that's script to final cut. We started writing the script. It was probably really June. I lost my apartment in Manhattan with the pandemic. I moved back to a beach house in New Jersey. We really kind of buckled down on the script. I think it was basically the beginning of July. And then I started writing the script then. We got a final cut on January 13th. I remember because my birthday is January 14th. The editing was pretty simple. I just had a lot of fun doing that. I was organized. I knew which shots were going to work. It was lining things up. The toughest part in that was we have a lot of single take shots in this, which is actually 5 or 6 shots together. You know, we basically did 1917 as a found footage film and merged it all together, and masking those out and figuring out that was the toughest part of editing. We did 18 passes of sound correction, and my sound designer is in Melbourne, Australia. So we were doing this remotely with a 16-hour time difference in between. So at 9 a.m., he'd be going to sleep. I'd be getting up, vice versa, working on that. When I got a final cut, we thought, well, even if we play one film festival, that's great. That's all we need. We luckily played, I think, 28 last year. We won 26 jury awards across the board for the film, and it was such a surprise. I have been through the film festival circuit before on films that I produced, but having your own thing that you helmed and put out there, it's such a gift, and it's such a great gift to have people all across the country see it and see the responses that different audiences pick up from.
Yeah, totally. I love that. And so, again, it launches everybody on August 5th on the Terror Films channel. Check it out, as well as the digital release on August 12th and Kings of Horror on August 19th. You made this with a friend, and as you said, you bonded, and it's been so long. I think that relationship kind of stuff is cool with me, man. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now you ran the circuit with this film, and now it's going to be out to the people. Is this gonna establish more? Like, do you want to do more stuff like this?
Absolutely. And I've been dialing in on another script and working on that. I felt, even the deliverable process on this was a learning curve and a hurdle, getting all the soundtrack and figuring out how to do it right. And actually halfway through the deliverable process, we realized that every single one of our songs we use was copywritten to the United States. We didn't know this since my sound designer's in Australia. There was public domain. So after we got all our stuff in, we got hit with basically a $60,000 bill if we want to use these songs. So we went back, we had everything rescored. That took a while to get back in. I had another script in the process now. Now I can finally, once Andy Baker is out there and released, I can let it go, see where it goes out there, not have to worry about holding its hand through this process anymore, and dial myself back in on another project. I'd say that was the best part about the festival circuit, is that I met so many filmmakers, so many producers, so many people that are supportive of your voice and work. And, coming from just working as an actor where your box is hero storytelling, this allows you to pull on everything and just use every lesson you've learned. I've studied this art form for 15 years. So I can take everything I've learned from being on sets with great directors, working with great people, and put it into something new. This was my baby, and I'm looking to sink my teeth back into something on the next level now.
I love this, dude. Yeah, man. I'm so inspired as an actor turned filmmaker, also now turned host because of the pandemic as well.
We learn a lot of hats too, man. I give it out to you.
It's inspiring, brother. I really dig that.
Thank you.
So congrats to you, man. I love this energy. I don't want to go into it too much for y'all. I don't want to spoil things, but you're going to have to check out the Andy Baker tape when it drops on the Terror Films channel on August 5th, digital on August 12th, and Kings of Horror on August 19th. As we said a second ago, you do have some stuff in the pipeline. So how can my people follow you, check you out?
I'm on social media, everything. My name is Bret Lada, B-R-E-T. Everyone spells it with 2 T's. I can never get mugs or keychains as a kid, but that's my way of standing out. My Instagram is Bret Meets World, BRETMEETSWORLD. The film page is theandybakertape.com, The Andy Baker Tape on both Twitter and Instagram. My website's bretlada.net. I just shot this fun horror film around LA, which I can finally talk about since they just dropped it on Deadline. Yeah. It's called Bad Connection. That'll be out in the net probably before the end of the year. I shot with a great team out here. That's coming out. But between that and Andy Baker, I've been staying pretty busy the past few months.
I love it. Congrats, brother. You love to see it. I just love it's so inspiring as a fellow filmmaker, man.
It's great to sit down with guys in the business. We know how it is. We know the peaks and valleys that we have. So when you have stuff that you can get behind, it's such a nice feeling. And I'm sure that you have experienced that too.
Totally. Let's go, y'all. Check him out. Support my man, Bret Lada, and the Andy Baker tape when it drops on August 5th. August 12th for the digital release and Kings of Horror on August 19th, man. So much fun talking to you, dude, and so inspiring. When that Bad Connection drops, let's come through again. I'd love to talk about it.
Let's reconnect then, and send me your stuff too, dude. I'd love to check everything out, all right?
Hell yeah, my man. Bret Lada, y'all. Your boy Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World.